Hello, I am Gabby Ray Talker, here to report on Nick Gordon and to review the case of Bobbi Kristina Brown. Bobbi Kristina has been in the hospital on life support since January 31st, after being found face down in her bathtub. But, what happened that led her to intensive care? Let's take a walk back and trace the steps, as it has been allegedly reported to have been the scene that contributed to why Bobbi Kristina was found face down in her bathtub. It's been reported that Bobbi Kristina event took place Saturday morning, January 31st. On that morning, reports state that Bobbi Kristina's boyfriend Nick Gordon called Max Lomas. Reports state that Lomas arrived to the house around 9 a.m. He states that he sits and waits for about an hour, while Gordon continues to disappear constantly. Lomas said by 10 a.m. the cable man arrived. He said that he went looking for Bobbi Kristina by going to her room. He said that he first knocked but there was no answer. Then, after not receiving an answer, he entered the room. Lomas reported that upon his entry he found Bobbi Kristina lying face down in her bathtub. A source close to Lomas state that the water seemed to have been cold, but these details have not yet been determined. So in attempts to rescue Bobbi Kristina, Lomas stated that he pulled Bobbi Kristina out of the water and yelled for Nick to come in the room. Nick said he administered CPR, while Lomas called 911. Lomas alleges, in his report, that when the ambulance arrived, Gordon was cleaning up blood stains in the house. Before the police arrived, the rescue team came and took the non-responsive Bobbi Kristina to the hospital and placed her in a coma and on life support. During the rescue, the medical professionals found an injury to Bobbi Kristina's head, and this sparked a criminal investigation. The investigators believe that it was attempted murder, so this leaves the investigation with suspects that can possibly shed light to why Bobbi Kristina ended up face down in a bathtub of water. Let's first look at Lomas. It was reported by TMZ that Lomas was a drug dealer. In January he was reported to the police for drugging his girlfriend, Daniela Bradley, and holding her against her will. Although his girlfriend states that she was not drugged or held against her will, he was found to have been in possession of a gun and drugs including marijuana and Xanax, but he pled not guilty. Prior to that, in 2011, at age 21, according to Starcasm.com, Max was arrested with possession of marijuana, with intent to distribute. He was also found to be in possession of a firearm. Then in 2012 another mugshot of Lomax when he violated his probation. But Lomax's attorney says that none of his previous allegations has nothing to do with this current case of Bobbi Kristina, and he states that his client is concerned for her health. According to photographs, Bobbi Kristina, Gordon and Lomax seem to have all hung out together in 2013. At the time she appeared healthy in weight, but still, Lomas said that he had nothing to do with what happened to Bobbi Kristina. He said that he went to go find her when the cable man came and found her in the tub. According to the Inquirer, there were two more people present in the house that have not been made public. In this edition of the National Enquirer it states that two other people were in the house besides Bobbi Kristina, Nick Gordon and Max Lomas. One of the unpublicized ones is now, according to the National Enquirer, based on the people that they talked to, they believed that Bobbi Kristina was attacked in bed, causing head injury followed by getting suffocated by her attacker. Then it's believed that she was dragged to the bathtub in a staged suicide scene. According to the Inquirer, there were two more people in the house besides Gordon and Lomas. The two unpublicized include an unknown friend, and Daniela Bradley, Max Lomas' girlfriend. An Inquirer source tells that the tub water that Bobbi Kristina was found in was ice cold. It was also revealed that just minutes before she was found in the tub unresponsive, Bobbi Kristina posted a photo of her and a friend on the Instagram. This friend is the one police believes is the unknown friend that was at the house before the drowning and fled before the ambulance arrived. When the investigators questioned the neighbors on if they seen anyone running from the house on that Saturday morning of January 31st, there were neighbors that actually did see someone running from Bobbi Kristina's house. with the same description of the man in the Instagram photo that morning. So now that 3 possible suspects have been covered, but does not rule them out, this brings us to the final and most important one, and that's Nick Gordon. There has been news reports saying that he was not in the house, but a source says that he was believed to have been the last one that saw Bobbi Kristina in a conscious state. Also, neighbors reported a domestic disturbance that broke out at Bobbi Kristina's house a week before the drowning incident. The neighbors said there were people hitting each other, but they could not make out who it was. Some say that Bobbi Kristina and Gordon had a violent relationship. The main aggressor that was displayed was Nick Gordon, but his hostility was directed towards Bobbi Kristina's aunt, Pat, and his rage could openly be seen on Twitter. He tweeted disrespectful tweets about Bobbi Kristina's aunt, the one person that Whitney Houston left in charge of her estate, and the one relative that was trying to get Bobbi Kristina's career started. Aunt Pat stated that he even sent her threatening text messages directly to her. Then it was noticed he began tweeting photos with guns. Some have even said that Gordon would get jealous about the attention that Bobbi Kristina got, and wondered why he didn't get the same. He felt he was Whitney Houston's child too. A source reports that Whitney Houston took Gordon in while he was in high school. Gordon's mother, also a family friend, expressed that she could not care for her son any longer. The Houstons came to accept Gordon as Bobbi Kristina's brother. After Whitney Houston died, the two began to date, and the family expressed difficulty in accepting them as an item. The two seem to have grown within the same lifestyle. So now here we are, seeing a real-life investigation play out before us. Or could have Bobbi Kristina experienced an accident and possibly passed out into her bathtub? Well, it may not have been an accident, and here's why. Remember this guy that shows up in Bobbi Kristina's Instagram before she drowned? Okay, if it was an accident, why would he run away before the ambulance arrived? Neighbors confirmed that they saw a man that resembled someone that looked like the guy in this photo running from Bobbi Kristina's house that Saturday morning on January 31st. Then if it was an accident, why does Gordon or Lomas mention that there were others in the house? It seems as if they are protecting the other two from something. Plus, if it was an accident, then why does Gordon avoid visiting Bobbi Kristina in the hospital? Even though the family is against him, he does not show much effort to see her. Instead, he goes on a Twitter rant. He first showed that he got a tattoo with Bobbi Kristina's name.
I'll be the first name she calls, smooth as a boat, while I'm dealing with full court.
Then, Gordon, who is unemployed, according to reports, insinuates in his tweets that he took care of both Whitney Houston and Bobbi Kristina.
Listen, at the end of all this, I took care of Whitney and Chris, which was very hard on someone my age. They cried on my shoulders.
Oh dear, an older tweet of Gordon saying they smoked with Whitney Houston every day? Then the same way he insulted the one aunt that was trying to help her, he goes on to insult the one living parent she has left.
Go check out the few pics he has with her. Check out Chris and my pics. Dude is a joke. Played out. He is here for publicity.
There were so many tweets from Gordon that he even insinuated that he was responsible for mending the relationship of Bobbi Kristina with her dad. But if he can remember. On the reality show, Houston's on Our Own, the Houstons specifically had a talk with Gordon and told him how important it is for him to support Bobbi Kristina in keeping a relationship with her dad. Gordon's response was that if she does not have a relationship with her dad, then why should he? But the Houstons continued to stress the importance. Still, I do not understand what Gordon was, or is trying to accomplish by ranting on Twitter. Perhaps he perceives it as making himself look innocent. Still, I cannot tell. There are possibly 4 suspects. Who's to say that all of them were not in it together? That is, if it was foul play, who was responsible in the death of Bobbi Kristina, or was it an accident? For certain individuals it seems like the certain behavior will raise a red flag to investigators, such as running away from the scene, cleaning up blood, covering up the presence of a friend, distancing oneself, or broadcasting a show with all of the unnatural dramatics. Sooner or later the truth will be revealed and come to light. This is Gabby Ray Talker reporting on the investigation of Bobbi Kristina Brown. Thanks for watching.